Everybody wants to talk about President Trump.
He owes it to you to be on this stage and explain why he should get another chance.
Anybody who's going to be spending the next year and a half of their life focusing on keeping themselves out of jail and courtrooms cannot lead this party or this country.
I don't think he's the right president now.
2024 is our final battle. Stand with me in the fight. We will finish the job that we started.
Republican candidates taking jabs at former President Donald Trump at the third Republican debate hosted by NBC. Trump skipped the debate, and as you could see just there, he held his own rally in Miami. Joining us now from Washington is Zach Cohen of Bloomberg Government. Zach, earlier in some of these campaigns during the primary, there had been this hesitancy to really, go guns a-blazing after Donald Trump. Is that all done now? Did candidates really press into him?
Certainly, there were moments where candidates tried to make the case that they were, one, best positioned to be the alternative to Donald Trump in this Republican primary. As New Jersey Governor Chris Christie pointed out, he faces a number of criminal indictments that he'll be facing over the next couple of months. But there were also efforts to try to show Republican primary voters that they were best prepared to replace Donald Trump as the frontrunner for the Republican Party. You had Florida Governor Ron DeSantis saying it's time to move on. Former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley saying he was a good president for the time when he was elected in 2016, but needs to find somebody else for the 2024 nomination. This comes right on the heels of a number of Republican losses in places like Ohio, Kentucky, Virginia, in Tuesday's elections, where Republicans lost a string of battles, especially when it came to abortion rights. And Republicans, I think Vivek Ramaswamy, the entrepreneur on the stage, pointed out Republicans are a party of losers right now. And so they're looking for a change of direction. And a lot of them are looking to place the blame on Donald Trump, who's the leader of the party at this juncture.
Zach, how do they do on global foreign policy? I look at some of the comments. They were just stunning. Ramaswamy calling Nikki Haley a Dick Cheney in 3-inch heels, and she called him scum. So obviously the intellectual debate about foreign policy was high.
Well, certainly that was, I think, one of the most substantive differences, honestly, between the candidates. You had Haley and Christie on one side arguing in favor of a robust defense of Ukraine in its attempt to rebut the Russian invasion that's been going on for over a year now. And then you had Vivek Ramaswamy, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, trying to make the case that, no, that money is better spent on things like securing the southern border with Mexico. And Senator Tim Scott, the fifth candidate on the debate stage, who's voted for a number of these packages, making the case that, well, we probably need to audit where the funds are going first before we consider more aid. And so that was probably the most substantive policy difference between these candidates, who will determine whether Ukraine gets additional aid if, in fact, Republicans win full control of not just the White House, but of Congress.